All right, everybody, welcome back. You're in my shop today. New adventure and new product that I'm hoping to get into our construction and builds. So this, in these boxes, is a longer, that's the name of the company, laser engraver, and it's a 25 watt diode laser engraver. Herb's like, you need to do an unboxing, and you're probably wondering, why do you need a laser engraver to build fire trucks? Well, because we do a lot of specialty parts, and we do a lot of items that are, I just think, well, we could always make tags for some of the things we put on these trucks to personalize the truck. And this would be a laser engraver that can cut plastic parts. So you could have a red tag with white lettering. You can mark pump valves, things like that. And because I don't have anything else to do with my time, I can make tumblers, cups, coffee mugs. I can laser engrave just about anything. This is a mid-size engraver. They range anywhere from $150 clear up to, several $1,000s. And for a CO laser engraver, CO2 laser engraver, I didn't do that. So this is a start. Anyway, I'm going to do an unboxing here, and I'll show you as I set it up. I'm using my phone to video this, and I don't have any fancy cameras or things like that, like other YouTubers. I'm very low tech, and so yeah, that's what we're going to do. And I'm hoping that this is something that we will be able to incorporate into our truck builds. Even specialty parts, we can engrave specialty parts that we're putting on the truck. So anyway, stay tuned. All right, so unpacking one-handed here. I cut all the boxes open. This is a air pump, so everything's really nicely packaged. This is the main unit here. That's what it's going to look like. And it's all packed up in here. Some assembly required, of course. So I gotta put it all together. I'll do that, and I'll show you after it's all put together, nicely packaged. I like that. And then this package here, this is so you can do a cups, mugs, glasses, tumblers, just about anything. Bolts onto that. And then these two boxes have the leg extensions, because the table can be raised or lowered down to its lowest setting, depending on the size of the item that you are lasering. So that's how many boxes we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes. And so now the fun becomes where I get to take it all apart. And here are the instructions. And yeah, I do follow instructions. Weird, I know. Hopefully it's got pictures. Pictures, yay! So that's how it's going to look. All the parts, I got to go through that next. And then setup. So, pretty good instructions. I've watched some tutorials online on how to put it together. So we will start doing that and start filming that. All right, so here's everything laid out. Very detailed on what step you're on and what parts for each step. I like that. I also saw that in an earlier video. Here's a brush to clean the lens. Some tools, zip ties. It comes with the tools to put this together. Here's the drive belt. There's 2 of them. This is the flash drive. So the flash drive will plug into this, so I can download things from the house onto a flash drive, or it comes with a cable, and here's the Ethernet cable that hooks in directly here, so I can bring the computer out here and directly download. Here's the rails, and now it's starting to put it together. Okay, so here's step 1 and step 2. Step 1 was putting the frame base together. Step 2 was putting the laser driver on there. And so now I'm going on to step 3, which will be putting the control panel up here in the front, which is that, and then the 3 legs. The control panel itself acts as a leg. So there we go, step 3. All right, step 3 is done. Legs are on, control panel's on. This rolls freely. So, all right, we're going on to step 4. And step 4 is, looks like putting on a limit switch, which I got to put underneath. I'm going to do that. And then looks like laser's going on. So there we go. All right, so step 4 is complete, which was putting the drive belt on. And it goes over here, it goes around, there's teeth here, and there's some over on this side. So, and now you can see the belt, because this is motor driven. Next is the, you can see this is what this one came attached. So the video I watched on this was you don't want to over tighten this because it's going to cause the belt to twist. So everything's good. This one came pre-installed. And now the next step is putting the laser on. And then we'll see what goes there. Okay, it's all put together. Put on, there's a limit switch here. Then there's a limit switch here. I have the wires hooked up as diagrammed. This is for the drive motor here. The laser and motor is here. Then laser is plugged in there. So everything is hooked up, except one more thing. I've got it came with an air pump, and that's when you're burning metal. It makes it a sharper cut for cutting metal, or I'm sorry, cutting wood, and for cutting engraving wood, so it doesn't leave any brown residue. So I got an air pump. I got to take that is over here. So we'll have to see how that works, and then I'll be able to do a test. I believe a test cut. They gave me some test wood or a test engraving, and it even came with safety glasses. So I'm going to try it in just a minute. Okay, so it took me a minute to get this thing figured out, and this is the first little test run I'm doing. On a little piece of wood that they provided. I'm hoping I got it centered right. It's I'm gonna have to do a tutorial on that to figure that out, but just burning on a little piece of wood. I've got the pump hooked up over there, power supply. This is the control. This is telling you how long it's going to take. I'm just doing a really light burn on it right now, I guess, or etching on this wood. So that's where I'm at, trying to figure this thing out. This is on a temporary piece of wood, a piece of plywood. I wanted it level. My bench is made out of 2x6s. So I got to get a wire, or it's kind of a mesh light diffuser that would go on top of this, and that way I wouldn't cause a fire if it were to go burn off. So I got it's kind of a meshy, or like a honeycomb, and what it does is it diffuses the light, so you can see it's burning there. So I put the laser on and didn't realize it was just turned on, so that was my first mistake. But I watched the video like 2 days ago, so I'm just learning. Doing a pretty good job. Like I said, this is on a piece of wood that they provided, so me to mess around with and test. And it lets me know that it does work. The machine works. And yeah, so far it took me about 40 minutes to put it all together, and it took me another 6 minutes to pressing buttons on this thing and figuring out how to do it. It came with a preloaded, like 3 programs that are preloaded, so that I could check it out. So yeah, not bad. It's burning it through. It's making it darker, it looks like right now. And it says here it's got 23% there. I got the sexy laser glasses on, which are not prescription, so it's hard for me to read. And yeah, so far so good. The booklet they give you only tells you how to put it together. It doesn't really tell you how to run it. So I'm going to download a program. It's like a 30-day free trial on a whole program on how to run this laser, or all lasers, but it's got a bunch of drawings and how to add pictures and things like that. So I'm going to try that out here in a few minutes. So go in the house, have some lunch, and let's see what it's doing here. So we're at almost 70% done, and it's just darkening it up. I have a fan up on top that cools the laser, and then the pump that's just blowing air on as it burns, so it keeps it from catching on fire, I guess. It adds too much oxygen, and it won't allow it to actually start a fire, which is nice. It'll come in handy when you're burning plastic. I do have to get a CO2 fire extinguisher for the shop, just in case something were to burn up or catch on fire. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool. And like I said, I'd like to integrate it into a business where I'm doing coffee cups, things like that, thermos cups. I think it would be cool that if we build you a truck, then you get a cup. I got to talk Herb into that though, and I'm sure he's going to watch this video. So not too bad. I still got to figure out how to do the centering and all that. But alright, just doing it again, making it darker. And I think I did that, doing that because I slowed it down, and I didn't put as much as a burn, if you will, or laser power is like at 50%. So let's see, I can stop it at any time, I believe. And it has a little foot thing here for, see this metal thing right there? You flip that down and you line that up with the wood, and that focuses the laser. So I did that first, and then I tried centering it on the wood, and apparently I did not do that well, so it's not centered. But it's going to take some playing, and I'm excited to do that. As soon as it hits at a completed part here, I'm going to stop it. And I like I said, I slowed it down. I could make it much faster and make the laser a lot more powerful. So, there's a call going out. Let's see what that's for. It's going somewhere. Almost done. As soon as that bar hits stop, I'm going to stop it and then show you the end result. And then I've got this. It's a USB. So USB on this end, and then a micro chip, which is right here. And so I can download my programs and plug it in. That way I don't have to bring my laptop out here. Okay, we're almost to the stopping point here. Stop. Oh, it stopped on its own. It says carving is finished. So we'll hit yes. And then we'll pull this out. And there you go. That burn mark is from when I was trying to focus the laser. I turned it on. But that's how it burned it. Not bad. Like I said, this burn mark and that little bit of coloring is my mistake of first time running it and turning on the laser. So pretty cool, huh? Hey, let me know what you what you think. Comment down below. I'm gonna look at downloading some fire department emblems. I have my own department emblem, and it's a pretty decent file. I'll see if I can change that over to something that a laser will cut. So it has an emergency on-off here too. So just pushing that in, turned it off, and then I can turn off the pump here. I'm going to unplug it from the wall so I don't get any energy surges. There's the laser glasses that it came with. I'll pop out this little doohickey. That's a little micro. It'll go back into that, and I'm going to go download some files. So, all right, thanks for checking in, man. New business venture.